What is coalescence? Coalescence is sometimes also called fusion. It means that two consonants merge together to form one new sound. For example, D and Y merge to form J. Two sounds become one new sound. Often this is an affricate, like J. In English, this typically happens in connection with the sound Y. So we call it Yod Coalescence. Now, why Yod? Yod is the name of a letter in the Hebrew alphabet which sounds like Y in yes, and the sound symbol is Y. So let's have a look at Yod coalescence in English. We have D and Y together forming J. T and Y become Ch. S and Y become Sh. Z and Y form J. The first two sounds are examples of affrication because they're both affricate sounds, stops followed by fricatives, but they form one new sound. And all of the four new sounds are also sibilants. And those are sounds with high amplitude and pitch, and they're quite sharp hissing sounds and very noticeable. Where does Yod coalescence happen? It happens across syllable boundaries or even word boundaries. Here are some examples. First of all, D and Y forming J. We have the word soldier. We do not say sold Y anymore. It has become soldier. T and Y become Ch. For example, mature, mature. S and Y form Sh in pressure, pressure. Z and Y form J. For example, in the word treasure, treasure. Now you probably think, but the first variety, D and Y or T, Y, is not really a pronunciation that we use anymore. And that is correct. Here, the Yod coalescence is really well established, and we really only use the pronunciation with Yod coalescence apart from one word, and that is the word mature. Sometimes there are still two pronunciation varieties in use. So we have mature, but also mature. And sometimes you hear the second pronunciation, mature, which is T-Y, in two separate syllables without Yod coalescence. Both of those pronunciations are still in use, but with the other words, soldier, pressure, treasure, we only have that pronunciation with Yod coalescence. So remember, for mature, we have two varieties, the original and the one with Yod coalescence. Now let's have a look at some more words with two varieties. So we talk about the original pronunciation as an RP, received pronunciation, that is standard British English, and the one variety with Yod coalescence. For example, in the word educate, we can say educate, educate, or educate. with Yod Coalescence. I repeat again, RP, educate, and with Yod Coalescence, educate. Let's have a look at the second example word. Here we have the word assure, and for those of you who don't know that word, it refers to a color, bright blue, like a beautiful bright blue sky without any clouds. Assure, assure. This is RP, but with Yod Coalescence, azure, azure. And our last and third example, we have issue, received pronunciation, or with Yod Coalescence, issue, issue. And you might have heard both of those varieties used. Maybe you didn't pay attention. Next time you listen to somebody speak in English and one of these words come up, pay attention and see which variety they use. Here are the words again with their phonemic transcript, and I'll read over them once more. Educate, educate. Assure, azure. Issue, issue. Now, because the second word is not a very common word, I added one more example. Now, this is a cross-word boundary, but here we do have two varieties as well. In the little phrase, he knows you, knows, and you. So we have a z, y next to one another. He knows you. But when we speak fast, there might be Yod Coalescence, and it sounds like he knows you. He knows you. Let's look at some more examples of Yod Coalescence across word boundaries. First of all, examples with j. And again, we have received pronunciation and then Yod Coalescence. Would you? Would you? Could you? Could you? Should you? Should you? And I'm pretty sure you will have heard both varieties because both are still commonly used. Let's have a look at some more examples with ch. For example, about you, about you. Got you, gotcha. Don't you, don't you. Won't you, won't you. Some of those make me actually think of songs. There are quite a lot of songs containing those words in the chorus, and the Yod Coalescence is really, really clear. But no, I will not sing them now. So let's summarize Yod Coalescence. Yod Coalescence usually occurs before unstressed syllables. Here's an example again. Could you help me? The U is unstressed and forms the next unstressed syllable. So when we have could you help me, the j is part of could. Or the other word we had before, educate. So the j that formed from the d and the y that were in separate syllables before have now joined the first syllable, and that is a stressed syllable, edge. And then we have educate, and those syllables are unstressed. Educate. Now, Yod Coalescence within a word is well established and really commonly used. And we saw examples earlier. However, that is not true for Yod coalescence across word boundaries. Here we have two varieties, and both are still in use, and both are fine. You can use both of them. So what about Yod dropping? You might have heard that term as well. Yod dropping is exactly the opposite to Yod coalescence. Instead of merging with another sound, the sound y is dropped. And what does that mean? That means it's left out, it's omitted. Sometimes we call this the elision of y. Yod dropping is really a feature of general American pronunciation, or in general, you will hear it a lot more in American English, not so much in British English. So let's have a look at an example so you can see what this means. We have the word tune. Now in RP, Received Pronunciation Standard British English, we would say tune. So we have a t and a y, tune. Now we do also have the pronunciation tune with a ch, tune, and that is also British pronunciation, but with Yod coalescence. And then we have General American, or just an American accent, and here the y has disappeared and the pronunciation is tune. And that is what we describe as Yod dropping. Tune. I know it's a very complicated word for something quite simple. The Yod has disappeared, the y sound is gone, and so it's tune. Let's have a look at some more examples. So in GA, General American pronunciation, Yod dropping occurs after t, d, and n. And here are some examples. So first of all, for the sound t, we have another example word. We had already tune or tune, but here we have the word Tuesday. Now, here we actually have two British pronunciations, RP Tuesday or Tuesday with a ch already, Tuesday. But in General American pronunciation with Yod dropping, it is Tuesday. Tuesday. The y has disappeared. Let's look at an example with d. We have the word duty. Again, here we have two varieties in British English, duty with d-y or duty with a j, duty. And in General American pronunciation with Yod dropping, we have duty. Now here there are two differences, because first of all the y has disappeared, it's just do in the first syllable. But also in the last syllable, we have a very soft d sound instead of a t. So it's not duty. That would not be very American. Instead, it is duty. Duty. So you can hear it's quite a soft d sound. Almost sounds like a d, really, in the second syllable. And one more example for the sound n. We have the word new. So here, obviously, there is no Yod coalescence in British English because it's n. So new is RP. And for General American English with Yod dropping, new. New. So if you have a look again at this table, the column on the right hand side where it says General American pronunciation is the one where you can find Yod dropping. Tuesday, duty, new. But there's also one example where the yod dropping occurs after the sound s, the unvoiced s. And I could just think of one more. Maybe there are more. Maybe you can think of another one. But I thought of the word assume. Again, RP, we would say assume. There is again another variety for British English with Yod Coalescence, assume. You will hear both being used. I didn't put the Yod Coalescence version on the table. But in American, general American pronunciation with yod dropping, it would be assume. Assume. So the y sound has disappeared again. However, yod dropping only happens in some clusters, and these have to be syllable initials at the start of the syllable. That is really important to remember. It doesn't really happen at the end of a syllable. Now, do you want to find out if someone has a British or an American accent? There's a little test you can do. You can ask them to pronounce the word tune. If they say tune with a y or a j, tune, those are probably people from Britain, maybe also from New Zealand, America, South Africa, where British English is a little bit more spoken. Or do they say tune without the y? Now, those are most likely people who are either from North America or have learned North American English. So you could try it out. And therefore we say that this word tune or tune really acts as a shibboleth. Now what is that, you might ask? It's another Hebrew word. A shibboleth is a word or something really that can help distinguish between two groups of people. So try it out and see if you can identify where this accent is from. Now, I would be saying tune or tune, and that obviously gives it away that I do not really have an American accent. My accent is more British. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have any questions about Yod Coalescence or Yod dropping or about phonology in general, please leave a comment below.